Hey there, hey, and thank you for tuning in to this Hump Day pod of Born to Be a Star. Today is Hump Day Wednesday. It is late in the night, and I'm doing this podcast because I was watching AEW with Skip, and the last match did not go the way I wanted it to, but we'll live. Anyways, today is another day and another opportunity for you to recognize your star power, and I'm also dying from this cough that will never go away. When you're looking at your reflection, you should be reflecting on where you've been and where you're going to next. You should reflect on your life in a good way. Reflecting on your life, looking at your reflection, loving what you see, is if you've got acne or your eyes are red because you've got allergies like me, or your nose is mostly covered by freckles because you're Irish, or you've got a line on the top of your forehead because you spent way too much time frowning. Regardless of all that, beautiful people, love your reflection. Love who you're becoming. Love who you are. Love who you've been. And spend your time saying to yourself, yes, I can. Learn a new language. Travel. Move from a house to an apartment, or move from an apartment to a house. Buy a new car. Learn a new language. Travel. Paint. Knit. Read. Join a book club. Decipher that you want to play more with your nephew and nieces. Start your family. Find a new job. Change your major in school. Decide you like puzzles. Decide you want to do things differently. And resonate the light that you are. Basically, you're saying to yourself, yes, I can. And if you say that to yourself every day, in moments that you're struggling in difficult times, you'll be able to get through them, which leads us to the next part of our conversation, which is never give up. If you love yourself, or you love anyone, including your better half, your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your nephew, your niece, your uncle, your aunt, your cousins, you can't give on them because life is difficult. Within the last year, my Aunt Laura died, and that was sad for me. That was like a year ago or something. It was very upsetting. It was very sad. But honestly, looking back, I'm happy I had that time with her. I'm happy it was always happy. Instead of thinking that you're giving up and you're going to be defeated, find a way to be strong and persevere through the difficulty. Outside of never giving up, there's why not today. Why are we putting our life on a back burner? Why are we thinking we're going to be able to do a million things in an hour? Why are we unwilling to be responsible, be reliable, and be different? We can't buy time. We don't have that ability. And if we don't set things in motion and we don't organize correctly and we don't do things, they're not going to get done. If the dishwasher's not working right, you got to get it fixed. If the washing machine isn't turning on, you got to get it fixed. If the wall color's driving you crazy, you probably should paint it. If your oil needs to be changed, you probably need to bring it to a mechanic and get that fixed. Why not today means don't put your life on a back burner waiting to do stuff. Do it when you have the availability. Plan things out. Utilize your PTO or your days off to go to your doctor's appointments, to go look at that property you wanted, to really take the time to do the things that you're saying you want to do, and do them. Let's get into the headlines of the day. So, Letitia James is saying that if Trump can't pay his fees, she's going to take away his properties, and he brought up the 8th Amendment during his conversation with Laura Ingraham last night. I also thought it was interesting that during Laura Ingraham, she brought the people that were on the panel back into the conversation with Ray, and they all said they were going to vote for Trump. I truly do think he is resonating, not just with the United States, but the world. I think the reason he was so powerful is because he's strong. He doesn't care what anybody thinks. He's willing to call the media who they are, fake. And I think he is going to do amazing things. He has so many amazing relationships. He's just a normal, everyday guy. Sure, he's like extremely rich, and he has a lot of things going on, but he truly is an amazing man. And I'm just very lucky that I was able to make sure that I voted for him twice, right? And that's what means everything to me, that I'm on the side of the righteousness in God, because the other side is the side of death. Do you really want to be on the side of people that are promoting abortions up to 9 months? Do you really want to be on the side of that's promoting trans with children? It's pretty obvious from anyone around the entire world that the trans movement is a grift. Just like, I don't know, the green energy movement is a grift. And look at these illegal aliens all over the United States of America. I wonder why they're here. The Democratic Party is that desperate for votes that they're willing to let people come into our country and destroy it. What was the plan with that? I don't know. Letitia James is an embarrassment, and whatever's going on with Putin, okay. A Connecticut private school takes action against an employee who joined wife to protest outside a Jewish family's home, and they should definitely take action against that. What's happening in Chicago is insane. What happened at that Kansas City celebration day where the shooter shot multiple people and killed someone, right? I think she was a mom. She was definitely a daughter. She was probably a wife and a sister and a niece. And she was somebody. And they went into that area and they shot relentlessly. Guns don't shoot themselves, people shoot them. This isn't about guns. This is about the idea that people don't care about rules anymore, and they definitely don't care about law and order. And the person that's in charge of that state coming out saying they don't want to potentially harm the violent shooter is insane. What about the victims? Every time a situation happens with a shooter, why aren't we giving the victims what they deserve? It's just sad. It just makes me want to cry. Can you imagine if your husband or your wife or your mom or your dad or your brother or your sister, somebody you love was murdered, and they're using up all the TV time talking about the person that killed them? Who knows? New York's not safe anymore. We know California's totally crazy. And literally, it just keeps getting worse. The House Freedom Caucus offers spending backup plan to save Americans $100 billion. Can you give us some of our tax money back? It looks like the media is finally turning on Biden. It's about fucking time, because he's whack as hell. I also think that we traded our freedom for iPhones and technology. And I think we did that a long time ago. We're willing to sign into all these apps and spend countless time scrolling and giving our information to China and not taking into consideration that maybe we shouldn't be on Temu and we definitely shouldn't be on TikTok. These are all distractions. And I get very irritated with my husband and a bunch of other people when I'm talking to them and they're looking at their phone. And people do it all the time now. Nobody puts their phone down to talk. They are addicted to it. Unfortunately, technology and AI has already taken over. And I was saying it to Skip earlier, I don't think there's a way for us to control this. I got an email from Podbeam talking about how I could use AI to help me with my podcasting. Now, I saved it because I'm kind of interested to see exactly how it could help me. It's supposed to help with sound quality and a bunch of other things as well. And typically you can hear in the background whatever I'm watching on TV. And I don't edit that out because I want this to be real. This is a one-woman show. There's no one helping me with this. Like I said yesterday, it's me all on my own, coming here every day to give you the news, the headlines, and the main story. This is the Star Network. and I'm not going to apologize for being a real human being. I think the originality of this makes it even more fun, right? Having these crazy conversations, talking about things you can't talk about anywhere else, saying how you really feel about the bitch that pissed you off at your job, the idiot that was at the light digging up their nose, or the sad wannabe mom in Target that couldn't tell her kid to shut the fuck up. Any of those situations. Or these completely woke idiots that are unqualified for everything and get away with everything. That's what this is for. But we sold our freedom for technology, for text messaging, for being able to get everything whenever you need it. And taking into consideration that we did that, that kind of means that we can't get mad about the fact that nobody talks to each other anymore and the fact that everybody is consumed by technology. We've seen the Terminator movie. We've seen Minority Report. Do you understand that they're going to start finding the person and then finding the crime after? They're doing that with Donald Trump. If they're doing that to him and he has all that money, what makes you think you're not next? When he literally says, they're doing this to you because they're doing this to me because I'm in the way of you, he's telling the truth. When they overtax us and misuse our tax money to fund wars in Ukraine and who knows what the fuck else ever, and give money to Hamas and Iran, and none of them are held accountable, when they pretend like Russia hoax was real and it was not, when they give a way out to Hillary Clinton after everything that she did wrong, and the same thing for Obama. And even Joe Biden, because he had documents stored in his house from when he was in the Senate and when he was the vice president. And when you're in the Senate and you're a vice president, you don't have as much power as the president. So I don't understand that. And when they try to rationally say this shit to us, it doesn't make any sense. None of you are following the rules. That's why nobody wants to be a police officer. No one's signing up for this shit anymore. And things are going to get really bad. And there's only one party to blame: the Democratic Party. People are continuously dying in these cities. People are being taken away from their families. And we're just staring at our phones, oblivious to walking in front of a car, putting on these stupid Apple binoculars so we can pretend like virtual reality is real, because nobody wants to do with reality anymore. We have sold our humanity for AI, and there is no way to fix it. When retail leaves cities, and cities just become vacant lots and ghost towns and ghost streets and ghost lanes. And what they just did in New York to Trump, Letitia James, listening to the governor or the mayor or whatever the fuck she is come out and say that this isn't going to affect other businesses, I gotta go back to what I heard Kevin say from Shark Tank. Honestly, what legitimate business is going to want to do business in New York now? Why wouldn't every legitimate business in New York say, fuck this, I'm not next, and leave? The idea that they're claiming that the CEO of Chase isn't going to leave New York, I don't know if that's true. I'd like to think he'd stay, but really, will he? For what? So they can come after him next? Jamie understands the climate of reality when it comes to finance. What makes you think you can do some shit like that to Trump and other people aren't going to start to ask, are they next? Because they probably are. Is this how you're funding your state? By going after Trump instead of the actual criminals that are running around New York, killing people in subways, robbing every store, and doing illegal activity every second, every minute, every hour of every day? And instead of you attacking those that kill and harm others, you're going after him. What exactly is being accomplished by attacking Donald Trump and his family, his sons, his daughter, his grandchildren, his wife, You went into his wife's underwear drawer, and the cases and the documents that you found were in the secured room that the FBI told him he could have. Every time they come at him with one of these ridiculous fucking cases, and they do this shit over and over and over again, it leads to what I've been seeing the entire time. He's not a politician. Every time you try to make a move against him, you're gonna lose. And I'm kind of excited to watch New York drown in the shitty, dirty water that surrounds it. Maybe the water will just completely consume all of it. Manhattan will fall, and then every other borough beyond that. I think that an awakening is going to come, and a lot of people already left New York, just as a lot of people already left California. Business doesn't want to do business in a place that attacks people without any warrant, like what they're doing to Donald Trump. And they're setting themselves up for one thing: failure. So get ready for it, New York. You're on the losing side. Anyone with any common sense is not going anywhere near you. You're going to get everything you deserved. Gotham is going to burn. And the businesses are going to leave. And you're going to be stuck with vacant lots, vacant window fronts, and nothing. And it's only going to get worse. And you dug your own grave, so you have to lay in it with all the dirt surrounding you and nothing. The world is changing, and the United States of America doesn't understand that. And because of that, they have basically willingly broken another city, another place that people around the world recognized as a business capital. And now it'll be recognized for a fallen state. Retail is going to continue to leave big cities, and the big cities are going to continue to fall. What is climate change? A ruse. It's a grift, and it's a lie. Weather is not the climate. And when you're trying to predict things, are you basically saying that things just happen and it has no actual value or meaning? Because that's what it kind of sounds like to me, and I'm over it. I really kind of feel like they're going to try to create a COVID-2 and then tell us a bunch of shit like they did the last time, but I'm not getting another shot, and I'm not staying in a house, and I'm not doing any of that. So you can suck a tree or something else, or you can just get the fuck away from me, because it's not happening. The idea that they took away our ability to control our own bodies by lying to us over and over and over again, Dr. Fauci, clown face, they will never get that opportunity again, ever. I am never putting that shit in my arm. I'm not letting them inject me with anything. I don't care if it supposedly is going to help me if I get COVID. I'm still going to get COVID with a shot. So for me, nope, I'm good. I dealt with that shit at my job where it was a requirement to have your COVID card and all this bullshit. And I ain't dealing with that anymore. So middle finger, fuck off. Is Bill Barr still important? Kind of, but not really, because I feel like is Barr's trying to like change on Donald? I don't know. I feel like we like Rumble more than YouTube, because Rumble just lets you put out your opinion and it doesn't try to limit you or censor you. Censorship alleviates the truth and reality, and we shouldn't like that. And that leads me to the next part of my conversation. The censorship is going to get worse in America. It's already gotten pretty worse. But the TikTok that all you idiots and morons are on, and listen to me why I'm saying it. It's not the regular TikTok. It's the America TikTok. That is not what the people of China are on. It's a different application entirely. I want you for a moment to think about, why would they, the CCP, create an app that gives you all these options? Could it be so they can watch your every move? Could it be so they can have a never-ending encapsulated variation of you? This is the Minority Report. Remember what I just said a little while ago? They're going to find the person and find the crime. Tell me you're paying attention. I do think that we are in for a horror ride. And I think that if you're dumb enough not to understand technology and AI and the fact that we can't fix this, open your eyes. They don't want you to know the truth. The United States is falling. Putting limits on Russia is a joke. Telling other countries what they can do while you do it is hypocrisy. Dude, the world doesn't care about America. And America cares too much about the world. So it's going to fall into itself. And it's kind of funny to watch. The censorship is going to be the end of this place. But it wasn't the beginning. Moving on from politics before I spend way too fucking long talking about politics. Donald Trump is going to beat Nikki Haley. We know it. We might be able to save this country, but we need to get all these Democrats out of the House. We need to get them out of the Senate. We need to do more elections. We need to get rid of Mitch McConnell. We need to get rid of the rhinos. We need to get rid of the grifters. We need real adults in these positions. And we need to do recalls. This shit is unacceptable. All these illegal aliens coming into our country getting $5,000 gift cards and you won't give me one? And you want to give all these motherfuckers all this tax credit for child? And these bitches are horrible parents. Like, they don't know what they're doing. Like, I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. Before I get to the main part of the conversation, I'm going to end No Media Allowed with this. Don't complain about decisions you made when you voted. I can willingly tell you that I was independent for a very long time. I was never Democratic. And from independent, I went to unaffiliated. And from unaffiliated, I went to Republican. And I know you might be wondering, how did I get there? And I talk about it all the time. I do think that people can recognize hypocrisy. And they can recognize lies. And they can recognize reality. I do think that Donald Trump is an awakening. When he spoke and he took that microphone and he said, fuck the bullshit, and he told people like it was back in 2015, they were like flabbergasted. They were like shocked. They couldn't believe that type of guy would be running for the presidency. The reason they don't like him is because he's not them. He's real. And they hate that. So, join me in the Make America Great movement. Join me in saving the world. No wars. No wasting money on things that don't matter. And saving those who deserve it. Join me in bringing humans together, regardless of the color of your skin, but just bringing humans together. Join me in that. Join President Trump. Let us make a difference. And even if you don't want to join me, consider it. Right? What exactly has Biden done for the world? Do you understand that Israel got attacked on October 7th and it was like a horrible, horrible thing? They put babies in ovens, dude. And I know they want to lie to you and tell you that they didn't do it, but they did. Yeah, they killed parents. They killed old people. They took people like that had survived the Holocaust and they murdered them. They murdered people that went to a concert. These are the people that the Biden administration want to pass off as misunderstood. Yeah, no. The moral of the story is people like their opinions. And you can't censor the truth because at some point it's going to be the only thing you can see. Thanks for tuning into this Hump Day edition of No Media Allowed. Let's get to the main part of the conversation. Do you think that the housing market is gone? I think that the rate for a house right now is at like 6.5, 6. And granted, you could get into that and you could, pay a little steeper or higher. And that's great and all, but they're overcharging for these houses and they're not building houses the way they were. So I think you should take a precaution to this and understand that you don't want to get yourself into a really risky situation with debt and not having something worth the value of what you're paying. And I talk about that all the time. And the reason I'm bringing up the housing market again, because the government, Fed, and Biden, and a bunch of idiots, even Republicans, want to act like the housing market and the market is so great, and it isn't. It's based off bullshit and a lie. And I told you that yesterday. Nothing that's real is actually being observed here. These are all fantasies, and these are all hypothetical numbers. Until the housing market goes back to, I don't know, a 3% interest rate, which is probably not happening anytime soon, forget it. Paying $450,000 for a house that's worth $200,000 is insane. And I know people want houses, and I know they want to do things, but it's stupid. So no, I don't think that the housing market's okay. I think it's gone. I don't think things are going to go back to normal either. I think that we have given power to people that don't know what they're doing, and we're going to pay the piper for that. When do you update placemats? I don't know. I say every season. You maybe want to update the placemat so it matches the season that you're in. Does the size of a kitchen table matter? Yeah, because you want to be able to fit a decent amount of people at the kitchen table, especially if you're having company. I'd say 4 to 6 people at the kitchen table would be good. Is Tory Burch cool too? Michelle likes Tory Burch. I haven't really gotten into Tory Burch. I'm more of a Michael Kors, Louis Vuitton, Chanel girl. But I'm willing to try, and I was like anti-Michael Kors for a very long time. But once I started getting the product, I recognized that I really do like it. A lot of people say that the pocketbooks are cheap and they don't like them, but maybe it's just the style of the Michael Kors that they're getting. Personally, I think I'd try Tory Burch and give her a try and see if I like it. Pearls or silver? I say both. Moving on from the main part of the conversation to watching things. One Day looks okay. Lift. Lover, Stalker, Killer. Does that not sound crazy? I wonder if it's like a murder mystery or crime thriller. Society of the Snow. That sounds scary, and I can't wait to watch it. Don't Look Up. Definitely a horror movie. Rewatching Joker. I don't know how many times I've seen it, but I'm willing to watch it again. The Old Guard. I don't remember the last time I saw that, but that was a good movie. Elvis. I haven't seen that, so I definitely want to watch that. Hunger. May December, Travelers, and Riverdale. I stopped watching Riverdale. Did that go off, or are they still making that? I don't know, but I guess I could look it up and find that out. Still watching Hell's Kitchen, and I'm on season 6 of it, and it's okay, but there's like 27 seasons of it, so I got a long way to go with that. I kind of want to start watching a show called Ghosts. It was recommended to me, so I'm going to give it a try. Moving on from watching things to eating things, Nashville hot chicken dip sounds like it could be really good. I'm assuming it's like a spicy chicken dip, and I'm willing to try it. You know I like hot things. Chocolate avocado smoothie, maybe. Warm kale and farro bowls with turkey, maybe. Slow cooker Hawaiian meatballs, definitely want to try that. And finally, mixed berry parfait. That sounds good too. For dinner we had pizza and taquitos, and it was really good. My friends, that's the end of this Hump Day pod. Thank you for tuning in to Born to Be a Star, and I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time. Don't forget that you're a star wherever you are, and you are the light in the darkness, and without you I can't see anything, and I hope without me you can't see anything either. Together, you, me, us, they, them, we're going to save not just this world, but the entire universe and every galaxy among every galaxy among every galaxy until we reach infinity. We are the stars, and we are the light, and the darkness can't fight us because there's more of us than him. I dare you to see your light, be your light, and I dare you to be aware that we are going to change everything together. Stars, don't fear the darkness. The darkness fears us. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Utilize your star power to light up your world and everyone else's around you. See you tomorrow, same place, same time. Bye.